Hey everybody. You know that old saying that you see what you want to see? And I'm thinking that might go a little bit deeper than people realize, but this video is to kind of try to explain my position on point of view. And the reason why is because I have a lot of subscribers and I don't mean I don't have a lot of subscribers. I mean I have a lot of subscribers that have certain things that they believe that I'm up in the air about. And that's how I expect it to be. That's how it should be. And likewise, I'm subscribed to many people that have have channels where they talk about things they really believe that I'm very skeptical about. And a lot of people are skeptical about what I believe, and that's why we're here. But I guess I wanted to specify and clarify on a few different issues. First off, ghosts. Second off, UFOs. Third, orbs. Fourth, halos or auras. All these things that people claim to see. I'm not going to go out and say any names because everyone knows who they are, you know, if they're one of these people, because it's not a bad thing. I'm not picking at anyone at all. In fact, I've stayed subscribed to people who claim to see things around them that we just can't see, or that we've never proven exist. And this doesn't mean I don't believe them. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. Because a lot of these folks will get comments like, oh man, you're just delusional, you're just seeing things. And for me, I'm very curious. Because these are some people who are I respect very much. People who are very intelligent. Well, Lobo's a good example. Here's one I will point out. And he made a video the other day where he was talking about the second suns in the sky, or the people who are seeing bodies. Now my view, bodies in the sky anyway, you know, astral bodies, whatever, it be a planet, you know, Nibiru. I don't discount this because I don't see it. Most people that I know would say, well, if everyone would see it, if that was true, how come everyone isn't getting pictures of it? Or, you know, the picture thing is totally different. You know, people are taking pictures, that could be anything. But the folks who really claim to see something, we have to ask ourselves, do they really see it? Or is it just a perception? Is it a misperception? Or is it a misconception about what they see? I mean, is it something that only they can see? And that's kind of where I'm coming from here. We've got people that claim to see auras, people that claim to see energy fields around your body, readers and mystics and psychics and whatnot, and we still don't know if they're even for real. You know, people go to see them and to get a reading, but we have no idea whether these people are for real or not. But the way we convince ourselves that they are is by the emotion with which they convey their message. They are sure of themselves, so we become sure of them. So when I have people that I respect immensely say that they saw something, I'm willing to say, okay, what could it have been? And there are a lot of these strange things. I mean, this goes back so far to sprites and leprechauns, and now sprites are the name given now to lightning above the clouds, but the idea behind, like, say, leprechauns, and I can't think of really any of those other strange creatures, but those, you know, 14th, 15th, 16th centuries, the kind of things people were claiming to have seen, devils and minions and creatures of the night. And when we look back, we say, oh well, they were just delusional, you know, or they were just paranoid because it was dark. But I don't know that, and that's why it's such a fascinating subject, because I'm wondering if people really are seeing orbs in their living rooms, or if people really are seeing, you know, UFOs regularly in their area, you know, because the human mind is so malleable. And I think one of the most fascinating things that I've learned about the mind is the way we see things that don't exist, because our brains tell us they do. And then we can argue, well, does that mean they really do exist because our brains are seeing them? And that just goes too deep. But as far as these particular situations where a person may see something and try to tell someone about it, we have no right to tell them that it's wrong. But at the same time, I don't know if you've ever seen some of these illusions. There's like the checker shadow illusion is amazing. It's where there's a checkered board with the shadow cast over part of it, and it makes some of the squares semi-darker. And then if you look at the darker squares and you compare the dark white squares, they're actually the same shade as the, well, whatever. It's an optical illusion. You have to check it out yourself. I think it's called the checker shadow illusion or something. And then there's other ones where they'll show like 3 lines next to each other. 2 of them have like arrows going off one way, and one has arrows going the other way. And it looks like the center line's longer. No matter how many times you look at it, you swear that the center line is longer, but it's not. They're all the same length. And the human mind will play these tricks on us to see, make us think we saw things that we didn't, that we don't. We see illusions every day, Although we have a peripheral vision, we only pick up certain things in it, and so that's kind of the mystery we're at. Where I'm not going to discount anyone's belief because they say they saw something. I'm not going to say that what they saw is what they saw, but I'm not going to say it isn't either. And I think that's why we're here to share. And so we got to open our minds a little bit to each person's personal experience, because it's just as valid as ours, in my opinion. It's just that if it's something we're not used to or not accustomed to, we tend to blank it out and forget about it because it's too confusing. But don't be afraid to say you saw something, I think that there are a lot of people that aren't revealing what they've seen. I think that what's more important than people saying what they've seen is people expressing what they feel. Because the emotions are the driver of the soul, and we have to embrace them. So if you have a vibe about something, a feeling about something, if something feels true to you, look into it. And if it doesn't, then look into it anyway. Anyway, peace.